Welcome to the Explainer. Right now, at this very second, there's a silent dividing line being drawn across the world. It's a line that completely separates the life you have right now from the life you truly want. And honestly, it all comes down to the choices you make before the rest of the world even opens its eyes. Today, we're breaking down the 5 a.m. blueprint. It's this incredible look at the daily choices that literally dictate our future success. Because this isn't just about waking up early, guys. It's about winning the absolute ultimate war of discipline. Okay, so let's dive right into this stark divide. On side A, we've got 95% of the population. While the sun is still down, they're sleeping or maybe mindlessly scrolling through their feeds, just kind of drifting through their routines. But then, look at side B. On the other side of this line is a tiny, super quiet 1% minority. While that 95% is just consuming, the 1% is actively building. And 365 days from today, you're going to watch that 1% achieve things that seem absolutely impossible.
Which brings us to a pretty harsh reality. Every decision you make before the sun rises is either building your empire or cementing your regret. Wow. How many times have you told yourself the ultimate lie? You know the one, I'll start next year. I'll get serious next month. But that next year never actually arrives, does it? The next 5 years of your life are literally being decided by the decisions you make at dawn.
Section 1. The cognitive illusion of more time.
So let's just go ahead and dispel the massive myth right now that top CEOs, elite athletes, or billionaires just rely on raw talent or pure luck. Actually, scratch that. It's really about neurochemistry. Studies highlight that in the first 50 minutes of absolute morning stillness, right after you wake up, your brain operates at a staggering 45% higher cognitive capacity. Just really think about that for a second. You are biologically primed to be nearly 50% more effective before the sun is even up.
And here is exactly why that happens. At 5 a.m., your prefrontal cortex, that's the part of your brain responsible for high-level strategy, deep focus, and emotional control, is completely pristine, like a blank slate. There are no emails yet. There are no annoying Slack messages from your boss. There's zero social media drama pulling at your attention. Your brain is totally unburdened by the daily noise, mostly because that noise hasn't even started yet.
Psychologists actually call this the golden window. It's that absolutely crucial 50-minute period immediately after waking up where your brain operates at its absolute peak, with completely uninterrupted cognitive capacity. But here's the absolute tragedy of the golden window. 99% of people throw this priceless high-performance asset entirely away. They literally give it to a blanket.
So, the crucial point we need to get here is that hitting snooze doesn't just give you 9 more minutes of low-quality sleep. No way. When you slam that button, you are actively training your brain for defeat as its very first action of the day. You're taking your absolute highest energy state and, donating it to distraction algorithms. Because while you're mindlessly scrolling in bed, your competition has already mapped out their next quarter. They aren't necessarily smarter than you, right? They just started when you were totally defenseless.
Section 2. The psychology of the snooze button.
Let's break down the dark psychology of that exact 5 a.m. moment. We all know it. The alarm goes off, it's cold, it's dark, and your bed feels like the safest place on planet Earth. Your brain instantly enters this biological negotiation with your discipline. That inner whisper telling you, hey, you worked hard yesterday, just 10 more minutes. That's actually a psychological trap. It's called hyperbolic discounting. It's this cognitive bias where we predictably choose a small, immediate reward, like the cozy warmth of our bed, over massive long-term success. Basically, your brain is tricking you into trading your empire for 10 minutes of comfort.
Section 3. The math of discipline.
So, what happens when you actually beat that bias? Well, the math is honestly staggering. If you wake up just 2 hours earlier every single day to do focused work, you gain 14 extra hours a week. In 1 year, that balloons to 728 hours. And over 5 years, that accumulates to a massive 3,640 extra hours of pure, uninterrupted focus. This right here, this is the compound interest of discipline.
To really put that into perspective, 3,640 hours is the equivalent of adding almost an entire working year to your life. Imagine having a full extra year of productive, high-level strategic time while your competition is just fast asleep. You don't need a massive inheritance or a genius-level IQ to get ahead in life. You literally just need to claim this mathematical advantage.
Section 4. The 21-day execution blueprint.
So, the big question is, how do we actually pull this off?
Well, you don't need to change your entire life overnight. You really just need an operational framework to build a new neural pathway, and science tells us that takes exactly 3 weeks. So here is the exact 3-step blueprint you must follow to break the cycle starting tomorrow morning. It comes down to this: eliminate negotiation, create a biological shock, and define the one thing. Let's break these down one by one, shall we?
Step 1 is all about physical distance. You absolutely have to eliminate the negotiation. Put your phone or your alarm clock completely across the room. If you have to physically throw the covers off, stumble blindly onto the cold floor, and stand all the way up to turn it off, guess what? You've completely bypassed the mind's biological negotiation. Yeah, it might be universally miserable for those first few seconds, but once you're standing, you have already won 50% of the battle.
Step 2 addresses a huge misconception: morning fatigue. Often that groggy, heavy feeling isn't a lack of sleep at all. It's actually severe dehydration. I mean, think about it. After hours of sleeping, your body is completely parched. By immediately shocking your system with a full glass of water, you wake up your organs instantly. You really have to wake up your body before you even try to wake up your mind.
And step 3, well, this is where the magic happens. This is all about ruthless focus. Under absolutely no circumstances do you open social media. Just don't do it. Instead, you write down exactly one critical task on a piece of paper. Maybe it's building your business plan, writing a chapter of your book, or mastering a new coding language. You write it down and you execute it instantly during that golden window we talked about.
Now, here is the real secret to making this last. If you fiercely protect this 5 a.m. window for exactly 21 days, the friction completely disappears, like vanishes. It stops being this incredible, grueling effort and transforms entirely into your identity. You stop being someone who tries to wake up early, and you simply become a person who refuses to waste their life.
Section 5. Your 5-year choice. Let's look at the trajectory of your next 5 years. 5 years from right now, you are going to look back at this exact moment and realize you took one of 2 paths. Either path A, where you took complete control of your mornings, rebuilt your discipline from the ground up, and totally changed the trajectory of your life. Or path B, where you chose the cheap, temporary comfort of your bed.
I want you to let the sheer weight of this number sink in for a moment. Over the next 5 years, there are exactly 1,825 sunrises. That is 1,825 golden windows, 1,825 distinct opportunities to outwork your own excuses.
So the question is, will you waste another 1,825 sunrises? The alarm is going to ring tomorrow morning in the dark. The negotiation is going to begin in your head. Who will you choose to become? Set your alarm right now, and I'll see you in the 1%.